What makes a champion? Is it hitting harder than the next guy? Is it running faster? Having the better game plan? Having the strongest will? Or is it just plain f***ing luck? These are the questions facing 10 different A7FL franchises heading into the A7FL 2022 National Playoffs. Whether they are former champions, defending champions, expansion franchises, or any point in between, they face a perilous path leading up to July 10th's league championship. This is their road to the playoffs. The road for the 2022 playoffs began for the Paterson U long before the start of the 8th season of the A7FL. It began when, for the second time in as many years, the most dominant team in league history took the A7FL crown, as they looked to prove they were not paper champions after dominating a truncated 2020 season due to COVID-19. With many of the same players returning to don the colors one more time under the watchful eye of team manager and never demure Ryan Shamar. Players like the reigning MVP Quattrell Huffin at quarterback and wide receiver Kareem Moon look to do what they've done the last 2 years, dominate and decimate anyone who walked onto the same field as them. Starting at home for the 2022 season and with a rarely untelevised game, the Paterson U picked up right where they left off, giving the Rahway Snow Tribe a very painful housewarming gift as the expansion franchise would eat a 50 burger against the Paterson U. Things weren't as simple for the U in Week 2 as the Baltimore Gators gave the defending champions a little more trouble, but still had to make the drive down I-95 with the loss, bringing the U to 2-0. While no one's really sure if Coach Brown would have been an ardent supporter of the A7FL, his words rang true as the U battled the team they defeated twice to earn the division and national championships in 2021, and things did not go the U's way. For 2 years, the Paterson U were the bullies of the A7FL, walking in like they were a vintage Paul Brown squad in the 50s or Muhammad Ali, knowing they were the best and looking to prove it at the expense of all who dare challenge it. So how does a team that locked down an entire league for 2 seasons, in which they outscored their opponents by a combined score of 686 to 162, with an average margin score being a 62 to 14 spread, respond? Well, as Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. The luck of the draw would give the U a chance to fight for their spot in not only the divisional playoffs, but the national playoffs against the East Orange Renegades, giving the U their first back-to-back win since the 2021 playoffs. Much like the great empires of history, we tend to look at sports in terms of eras. And for the past 2 seasons, the A7FL was firmly entrenched in the Paterson U era, with Moon and Huffin becoming the modern Rice in Montana, or the high-powered combination we can only conceive of with a copy of Madden 2004 and unlimited cap space. And while they were the high watermark cresting above the Asbury Park shoreline, another wave was rising, one of a new tandem that had all the hallmarks of what made Moon and Huffin one of the most dynamic combinations in all of football, even taking some of the trick plays that made their highlights a cornerstone of the league's social media presence. And now, after taking 3 losses in 5 games, the Paterson U walk into the National Elite 8 on Sunday against a team in the Baltimore Hit Squad that have only crossed the end zone more than once in a single game against the DC Buzz, but feature a dynamic playmaker in Mike Gardner. Will the U be the team that claimed dominion over the A7FL for a quarter of its existence? Will they blank a team that was able to stifle the rare breed offense more than they were able to? Or is this a mere prelude to a 3rd straight A7FL championship? We find out live this Sunday at 1 p.m. on Stadium in our first elite game of the 2022 playoffs. Don't miss it.